Trishs Treasures, affiliated with Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast.
Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about patterns. You might be wondering, what patterns do you mean? What are you talking about? I am talking about something bigger than apple, apple, banana, banana, apple, apple. I'm talking about something bigger than that. And we often get ourselves into these patterns and it becomes very normal. I was watching The Wiz. I was watching the play, um, and I remember how the Scarecrow was given this what's it called, like a creed. He was given a creed or a affirmation song. It's called the Crow Commandments, and it was talking about how he can't win. No matter if you think that life is great, you still can't win. It's a lie. You're always going to be at the bottom. You'll never make it to the top. You don't think about what's happening to you. You just lay back and accept the fact that you're losing in life. That's basically what the Crow Commandments is talking about. And they would have the Scarecrow say these affirmations like every day as a pattern. And the thing about the Scarecrow is he didn't have a brain, so he just believed what he was told, and he just accepted the pattern because he felt, since he's not good at what he does, which is scaring crows away, that he should just accept that I can't win. I can't do this. And so he kept repeating that pattern of words in his mind. Can any of you relate to that? Like, have you ever repeated something as that in your mind before? I know I have. Like, I recall when I was making this album that I have called Underneath, that I kept saying, I can't do that note. I can't do it. Like, why can't I do that? I don't know. Nah, I can't do it. Let me try another key. And then I woke up the next day and I just started a whole nother song because I felt like I couldn't do it. And there are so many songs that I haven't dropped yet because of that same I can't do it. This is too much. Nah, that doesn't sound right. I have a pattern of overthinking. Can anybody else relate to that? Because I am an overthinker. Sometimes the patterns that we have in our life seem very simple, and the big part is they seem normal. They become a normality to you, and you feel like, why do I need to change this pattern? Because this is my life. This is how I've been living for 24 years, for 18 years, for 45 years. I've been singing the same song, and I don't see a problem with it. That's probably what you're saying right now. But that's why it's important, before we continue in our normalities, before we continue in our habits, we have this thing where we refuse to reflect on to see how it's actually helping us. Because if you're used to something, that means like it's supposed to be there because you're used to it. That's how humans work. For example, if I'm used to taking the long way home, I'm always going to take the long way home because I'm used to it. I don't care about a shortcut. I don't care about them. I'm going to take the long way home. And some people might wonder, why is she taking the long way home when she could just take the other way around? Why is this person going about a situation or a challenge this way when they could go about it the other way. They always do the same thing and they always face the same solution. And it's important to understand why a person follows those certain patterns. You never know if they've tried the pattern that you think that they should try, the way that you think that they should go, the way that you think that is better. You never know if they tried that or not. That's why it's important to listen, be considerate, try to understand before soaking in the perceptions of that person and how you view them on how they handle certain things. That's why in Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast, we always let you guys have your space. We always give you guys your moment to speak without people interrupting you. That's our way of listening and understanding and being considerate and not being judgmental. The question is, what patterns do you have? How are they helping you? Do they help you? Patterns start from little things like your daily routines. For example, when I wake up in the morning, either I'm listening to music or I make music. Then after that, I drink coffee. And then after that, I eat. And then I get in my chores and my schoolwork. And then I make time for me to either read or play mobile games or something to relax. And then I help with dinner. So that's my routine. And now that I'm thinking about it, something that I can work on in that pattern is, yeah, I wake up and do music, but sometimes I wake up like very early in the morning, like 4:30, and I'm up for like 9 hours and I know I'm hungry, but I don't eat. So I wait until I'm finished with the music, and sometimes that's like late in the day, whether if I'm inspired to make a beat and make some lyrics that same moment while I'm making music. Sometimes I'm literally starving. Yeah, I'm starving, but I ignore it. And by the time I finish, like, all the energy is sucked out of me. I have no energy left to do anything, but I could change that by just eating something. When I'm hungry, eat something. Because I need my nutrition for today. So that's something I could change in my morning patterns. Is it easy to change? No. Does it need to be changed? Yes. To me, it does. From my perspective, as I'm looking at my routine, I think that that needs to change. And that's why it's up to you whether you want to change your patterns, your habits, your routines, or not. So it's up to you. It has a lot to do with stepping back and taking a view at yourself and seeing what your pattern is. And is it the right song that you want to be singing to yourself every morning? It takes a lot to step back and view how your patterns are impacting you. It's as if we're in our own reality TV shows and we get our own screen time and our own commentary while we're looking at what's happening on our scene. We're trying to explain, hey, so Angela, why did you get mad at Stephanie yesterday? You guys always argue about the same thing. Do you think it's okay to resolve, to finally find a better solution from us arguing all the time about the same thing when we meet up? And then the person, Angela, she explains why they always argue all the time. It's like that with us looking at our patterns and asking ourselves questions. What do we need to change? So, what are your results of your pattern? How does it make you feel? That's a deep question. Like, how do these patterns make you feel? It's one thing for a pattern to feel normal, but it's another thing when you dive into the emotions that it gives you by following this pattern that you're having. For example, I have a pattern of holding in anger, and it's normal for me, but it doesn't help when I'm in a disagreement and people want me to communicate with them about what's happening, what's wrong, what are you feeling right now? And they're genuinely concerned. But because I don't want to be perceived as an angry person, I just like say, "Oh, nothing's wrong. It's fine." I sing the same song, "Nothing's wrong. It's fine." Do you know that tune? Because I know you know that tune. Because I'm not the only one that sings that song. It doesn't matter if you're in the right key or in the same melody. We all know that song. That nothing's wrong. It's fine. We always sing it, especially the people that don't want to tell the other ones what's wrong with you, what's going on. Yeah, we know about that. I love the humor in it, but there's such reality in that humor though, because I have a lot of unresolved situations because I kept singing that same tune. I kept saying the same thing. And they're so used to that that they actually think that I'm unbreakable or they don't bother to ask. It has instilled in them that I don't get upset. I don't get mad. I do have high tolerance. My tolerance is very high. My patience is it's strong. My patience meter is it's out there. But that doesn't mean that I'm not human. And that doesn't mean that I don't get mad, I don't get upset. It doesn't mean that saying I'm fine, saying I'm good, that nothing's wrong is not true. I know if I expect people to understand me and if I expect that to change, if I expect people to respect me, I have to be honest. I have to change the pattern by acknowledging that that made me angry, that made me upset, that frustrated me just now, that irritated me. And that will instill a new pattern in me, which is the pattern of honesty. So, what patterns do you want to change? Would you like to change? What patterns have you been thinking about changing? This is Trishs Treasures, and before you go, I'm going to play you guys the intro of my new album, Underneath. And if you want to hear the rest of it, it is under Queen Fiy4, QU33N Fiy4, and I will be posting it on my new SoundCloud account under the same name. Here it goes.
When things get too much to handle within, we become transparent. Without words, our worries become loud like sirens. Breathe. Do not tarry the morrow. You will make it out of the dark. Presenting Underneath.
I hope you enjoyed this one about the thing about patterns. I'm doing a little series called The Thing About That. So I can't wait for the next episode on Trishs Treasures. See you then.
Hi, this is Trishs Treasures. Affiliated with Vibe Talk Face